All right, I just stopped for some lunch at a hot dog stand. I'm going to have a hot dog, not the healthiest meal, but that's what I'm having. And I'm going to, once I'm done eating, I'm going to hit up five thrift stores. I'm hoping that the camera will hold out that long, but I'm not sure if it will. I've been having some trouble with this camera overheating, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be Goodwill, the Salvation Army, Habitat for Humanity, the Restore, and then there's two other smaller sort of independent stores. One totally independent, I think, and then one that's has a few locations around here. I thought I had been to at least one of these other two, but I just realized that I was at a different location. So I've never been into this store, and then the third one, it's called Lucille. I've never been in that one either. The other one is called Wings. So we'll go through all five of these. Hopefully I'll find something good. My hopes aren't high. I don't know why, but I don't think I'm going to find too much today. So let's get this lunch done and then get into these stores and see what we can find. All right. This is the first store. It's called Wings. I don't know if there's four or five of these stores around this area. It's I think it's a store that it's a fundraising store for something like domestic abuse survivors, I think. I just went past a little basket that had a two or three baseball bats in it. I don't know that much about those bats, and I see a lot of people selling them. They're making a lot of money on them. But every time I've ever found a pile of them and I've looked them up, they're not worth anything at all. In fact, one time somebody on Facebook Marketplace gave me a big bundle, maybe 12 or 15 bats, and none of them were really worth it too much. I think I sold one on eBay. I gave one to a friend of mine for his kids' little league team, and the other ones I just took to play it against sports, and they gave me a little bit of money, and then the stuff they wouldn't take, I bundled them together and sold them all at once for like $12, maybe like five bats for $12. So I still pick them up and I kind of glance at them, but they're not the most exciting thing for me. For me, it's hard to look them up, like to find the numbers and everything that are on there that tell you the models and stuff. There's too much information on them, and then you have to have special boxes, and you could incur some oversized charges because they're long. So I'm not that excited about baseball bats, but here we go. I just leave them behind. This is a Sears typewriter. I picked this up. They had, I think, like $40 on it. And I looked it up, and they are selling on eBay for like 13. Like two or three of them had sold for like 13 or $15. So not worth buying, that's for sure. And it turns out that's the case with just about everything in the store. The things that I found that I thought were worth looking up, they had them vastly overpriced, like way, way, way overpriced. So you'll see right here, I think, yeah, there's a camera in a box in this display case. Panasonic Lumix camera. They have it marked at 120, and I looked it up, and they're selling for like $24 maximum. So I quickly got the idea this wasn't going to be the store for me, and I spend more time here than I probably should have. I just kept walking around hoping to find something, and I'm fairly confident I left this store without buying anything, if I remember right. I absolutely did not buy anything here, so this might be a waste of footage because I don't end up buying anything here, and I feel like there's another Wings that I go to. That's where I thought this was a store that I've been in before because I've been to Wings a bunch of times, but it's a different location, and this one either somebody is like mispricing everything, or maybe this maybe this chain just isn't for me. But the other one I definitely have bought stuff at. This one I'm not sure that'll even go in here again after this trip because I mean you can't. I don't know where they would get the idea that this camera was worth $120. There's a tiny little caboodles. I considered it. That horse was kind of cool. It was made out of leather, but a leg was broken off of it, so I left that behind. Just looking at toys here, I don't really see anything jumping out at me. That's like a screen printing kit of some kind. Now go over here. There's bedding and kind of houseware type stuff. But I'm not going to find anything here. And I'm still feeling pretty anxious. Like a lot of these people were like continually stepping in front of me. The same person would just keep coming back in front of me over and over again. So I was worried that she was on to me with the camera. So here's like bath stuff. Oh, there's this is a drone. Again, they have that Mark 7.99. Seems kind of cheap. I look it up and it sells for like 6.99. So I guess there's a lot of generic drones out there. I don't know that I need one, but I thought maybe this would be fun to use for some footage sometime in the future, but I'm not taking it for $8. Looks like garbage. What do we got here? I don't know what that is. It looked like some kind of KitchenAid type stuff, but generic, and didn't seem like it was worth messing around with. Every single thing I picked up, I thought, whoa, this price is too high. Oh, I didn't even see that toaster with a screen on it. I just sold that one smart toaster for like 100 and what did I sell for? 120 or 90 or I can't remember. But that was a good deal. Kitchen stuff. Oh, here's a Coleman cooler. I'm looking these things up all the time. I don't know what makes one more valuable than another, but that one's not really worth anything. They had $12.99 on it. I think it sells for about $15. So not gonna buy that. Some pottery here. Now I'm into the. I'm trying to avoid a lady. There's a nice set of dishes there. I was kind of thinking about looking them up, and then I remembered how many dishes I have around here, and I decided to pass that up. This store is also a little bit hard to navigate. It's like these little areas of shelving that you got to go in and out of. I like to be able to just go, down one aisle, down the next aisle, just back and forth, like straight aisles, so I can cover the entire store logically and efficiently. But this store, I don't know. I guess this is kind of a volunteer run store, and I bet one of the things that the volunteers do is just rearrange stuff all the time. So sometimes baskets, you could look for those baskets and see if there's Longaberger or whatever, but not interested. There's a little Starbucks mug. I was like, should I look this one up? And it looked pretty plain, so I left it behind. I think that one actually had a reasonable price, maybe $1.99. I'm looking at this on a pretty small screen, so you might be able to see some of the prices and things that I can't see. I didn't. I did buy some stuff today, and I did not. None of this stuff is ready to list. I haven't done any of the um, in-depth research to figure out prices or anything. So any prices I tell you today are going to be based on my memory of what I saw on the phone. So they might not be accurate. Sometimes those I get results on the phone that are not accurate for some reason. Once I get home, I can't find the exact same stuff for the exact same prices I saw in the stores. So I'm just gonna be winging it today and telling you what I think these things are worth if I can remember. So here I am, just like I'm getting desperate now, trying to think like how much longer should I stay in this store? I know I'm not gonna find anything. So I think I'm on the tail end here, heading out. I'm not looking at clothes right now. They probably had some good clothing there, but I didn't want to look at it. I'm back in this little aisle. I saw this box that said, I think it said Roland D drums, so it'd be some kind of a drum machine. But when I opened it up, it was not what was inside there. That it was a box they were using to store some like Yamaha stereo equipment. So I'm steering clear of stereo equipment too. Here's a little handheld Sudoku electronic game. Barcode wouldn't scan, so I didn't even mess with it. I don't think those things are too good. I think this is trombone stand that I just put back. I sold one of those before. I could have bought that, but I think they had it marked pretty high, like $29 or $39. I'm just getting desperate here looking at these old hats. There are a lot of shoes there, probably some good ones. But again, I'm trying to stay away from clothes for a little while, including shoes. Right now I have a 15% off all clothing sale going on in my store because the amount of clothes I have is just overwhelming. Okay, this is the Goodwill, which is just down the street. I'm looking at this lamp. I have these lamps. I use these for lighting, these gooseneck lamps, and they had a similar kind of light bulb, but the way the adjustable part of it looked like it would be pretty hard to move it around in the way that I want to, where I have these gooseneck lamps, I can just quickly move them. Oh, here's some Botox, I don't know, that says bee venom. They put the sticker right over the barcode, so I wouldn't be able to scan it. Some Nike shoes. I think I do end up looking those up right here. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you got the brand and you've got the model number, but then it turns out there's like model number 1, model number 2. They made them for several years and changed it, but kept the same name. So I don't know. I didn't spend too much time thinking about those shoes. Just moved on. Okay, small tripods. That one's broken. This store, I'm pretty sure is just loaded with broken stuff. Like, I don't really know. I'm not sure what the back room looks like and the people who price, but this feels like they should be throwing a lot more stuff in the garbage and not bothering to put it out on the shelves. Empty boxes. Like, this happens all the time. I pick up something I think it's going to be good. Oh, here's another cooler. This one looks pretty beat up and it doesn't have a price tag on it, so I don't get to. Oh, it does have a price tag on it. It doesn't have a model number, so I wasn't able to look it up. But pretty beat up. Couldn't even get the lid open. So I'll put that back. I don't want to ship that big thing anyway, even though I would if it was valuable enough. I'm leaving electronics behind. I'm still interested in backpacks. This one is what is it? Demarini. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a baseball brand or a sporting good brand. I'm sure that's a baseball backpack. It's probably worth like $40, but then I pull it down. I think they have $4 on it, $3.99. When I pull it down, I can see there's a tear in it, so put it back. I do the research, find some similar ones, then I'm getting ready to buy it, and then I see a tear on it. Maybe you can see it. It's a little dirty. There's the tear. Yeah, right by the zipper. This footage is going double speed, otherwise we'd be here for like 3 hours. I don't. Part of my goal with this YouTube video channel is to only do filming while I'm actually working, so I'm getting two jobs done at the same time. So doing these videos is I'm working, I can record that. I can't really be doing voiceover in the stores because there's too many people around, and also they're playing music in these stores. So I have to do this voiceover after the fact, and this is going to take an hour and 14 minutes or something today. So this is the time when I should be getting actual eBay work done, and now I'm doing YouTube stuff instead. So I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. I think these kind of videos are popular though, so maybe I'll continue to do it. It's a pretty cool looking piece of luggage. I thought maybe that was going to be worth looking up, and then I gave up that idea. I don't know what that thing is at all. Thought it was like one of those things you hang on the wall for shoes or something, but no, I don't know what it was. Okay, next aisle. This is all glass and ceramic stuff. I thought that was like uranium ware, but then I picked it up and it's plastic. I'm pretty sure I buy like one thing here at this store. So this Goodwill usually is a big winner for me, but not today. It was tough to find stuff. There's a canteen. I don't know. It just says made in USA on the back. Doesn't have any kind of brand name, but I think some of that older military stuff is okay. I'm not sure about it, but it didn't have anything on it to suggest that it was an actual military issue canteen. So put it back. These kind of collector's plates. I don't see any reason to even look at those. These are the fresh inventory carts. They push these out here in the middle. Don't find anything good on those today either. Okay, scoot past these lamps. Don't pay attention. I really wanted to look where that guy was looking, but he was blocking the way, so just kept moving. I think the other thing with these, with doing these videos, that's a little Build-A-Bear baseball glove, and I'd come back and get that later because I find a big bag of Build-A-Bear clothes, and I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be in there because the bag was torn open. So I went back and took that. It has no price on it or anything. Those little clay pigeons, I was wondering, those orange discs, those are for skeet shooting with a shotgun. I was wondering, I thought maybe these are worth something, and then I thought the whole point of these is you throw them in the air and shoot them. They just get destroyed right away, so they got to be super cheap. There's no way they could be valuable. So left those behind. Slide, that's a little thing for storing slides, old film slides. So now that guy's gone, I can come back to this area and see what's on these shelves, and it's really nothing. That's a drum pedal for like a kid's drum set, first act. Some kind of electrical stuff. I thought maybe ski goggles are worth something, but they say $9.99 originally right on them, so they can't be too good. I don't like boxes that are not open. I want to open them and see what's in them, like cases and stuff. Oh, what's that? I don't even remember what that is. Some kind of home security thing. Not worth buying. Put it back. I think they had $10 on it, so that's what made me think maybe this is something. Usually, if they price something up high at the thrift store, there's some possibility that it's worth a little bit more than that. So, if you see something you think it's overpriced, you might want to check it out and just check. I haven't had much luck with door handles and stuff like that. Especially that one was a closet one, so it wouldn't have any locks or anything on it. So didn't put that in the cart. Okay, this whole aisle, I think I'm going to the end here, where this is mostly board games and stuff. Your ubiquitous McDonald's style Beanie Babies. I looked this one up. Toy, what's it called? Oh, I looked this up too. Jeopardy, some kind of Jeopardy video game, handheld video game. Not worth buying. So it's a disappointing trip today here so far. This one is one of those mini brands things, and I think it's a little card game, shop and swap card game. So let me check this out. It has no barcode to scan on it, but it's not worth anything. And then later I find a big stack of them at the end. So somebody was clearing out some inventory, dumping it at the Goodwill. This is a little solar powered, like a Queen Elizabeth that her hand waves with the solar power. I considered buying that, but the box was all torn up. That was something that I think was worth like $24, and there was one. Okay, here's a bag of Build-A-Bear clothes. I have no idea if this is worth anything, but I think it was $1.99 or $2.99 or something like that. So I decided to take the chance on it that I can sell this. It looked like there's like the well-known Ralph Lauren sweaters that have a teddy bear on it, and that looked like that kind of a sweater, but a teddy bear would be wearing it instead. But I don't know. I haven't looked into that yet, so we'll find out if it's worth anything. I'm sure it's worth it. I mean, if I paid $3 for it, I'm sure I can get at least 20, but we'll see. This is one of these checkers, like giant jumbo checker set. It's like a woven mat or a rug. I think the price they had on it was just about the price that it sells for on eBay, so I'll put it back. I don't know what that is. I am like skimming these board games, but I'm trying to avoid board games a little bit unless they're sealed, because I've had too many instances of buying board games that are incomplete. I do later in the day, I do get some board games. I think a sealed one and an unsealed one, I'm pretty sure. There's a little bonus at the end here. I thought I was only going to 5 stores, but I ended up going to 6. So that's some kind of a game about tattoos on your knuckles. I don't know what it is, but they got a bunch of them. So again, somebody must have been dumping inventory, stuff they couldn't sell. Here's 30 games. Here I'm going back for that little baseball glove. I don't know if this is okay or not, but I decided that was supposed to go in that bag, and I put it in there. Obviously, it was Build-A-Bear, and all that other stuff is Build-A-Bear, so it should have gone in there in the first place. There's usually some like lotion or hand cream or something here in this area that's at least worth looking up, but I didn't find anything today. drop something, pick it back up. Another little electronic switch in a box. That one looks pretty old, so um, the item was left out. The box, somebody opened it, put the thing on the shelf, put the box on the shelf. Can't be bothered to put them back together, so I put them back together. Drives me crazy, like disrespect. If you open it, close it. If you take something out, put it back in. So I usually go pretty quickly through these plastic bowls and stuff. I usually go pretty quickly past mugs. You know, if I see something as I walk by that looks exciting, then I'll take a look. But I found some good mugs. You know, sell for $50 and $60, but there's so many there that you just can't spend the time. Are you gonna look up every single mug? There's probably 500 mugs there. All right. Small kitchen appliances, nothing good here. There's a hand mixer I look up just because it looks kind of interesting, like art. I don't know what style, like a little bit like atomic looking, but it has a crack on the bottom and it's not worth anything. $7 or $8, $10. Can't buy that and sell it for $7. Be worth my time. Not be worth my time. What else? Oh, I like these kind of snack sandwich makers. You put two pieces of bread in there and put something inside. I have one of those exactly like that. Never sold, but it was too dirty to buy. I just have this Poly Perk right here. I was just showing last night or 2 nights ago on a video, but that one was different size and it had no cord or anything, so left it behind. This one's worth a little bit of money. That one's probably not worth anything at all, so I left it there. What am I looking for? Pots and pans. Okay, here's plates. Plates and stuff on the right hand side. I'm doing my standard thing right now. I'm looking for plain white big box store plates. Some goalkeepers gloves, soccer gloves, no good. I do look them up. They're no good. Here's a big stack of white plates right in front of me. I don't think I looked those up at all, and those could have been Crate and Barrel. They look like they might be. IKEA, vintage IKEA. These bowls look good, right? Are those them? Yeah, there was a big stack of bowls. They looked nice. They had the right shape, but they were unbranded. Later, when I was checking out, the person in front of me was buying them. These new stickers they have at the Goodwill are unconscionable. They are so hard to get off. Something like a ceramic piece that you can put in the dishwasher. They're water soluble, so they come off with water. But if they stick them on a book cover or something, forget it. You just destroyed that book. Even stuff like, like glossy cardboard. Sometimes you can get stuff off, but those stickers, I can get the paper off with water, but then it leaves like a weird kind of plasticky residue on there. It's infuriating. And then whoever prices them always puts that sticker over the maker's marks on the bottom of those plates. And I used to think like you're just making extra work for yourself because somebody is going to come here and peel that sticker off to see what the brand is. And now you're going to have to place that sticker back on there again or reprice it or something. So if I was a Goodwill store manager, I would tell them put the stickers on the inside of the bowl or the top of the plate or something like that. Like under no circumstances cover the name brand, but they always do it. And then these new stickers, you cannot get them off. So if you want to know what brand it is, you can't. It's impossible. So now they're just having like totally torn up stickers. You can't see the brand name and you can't see the price. So they definitely have to reprice those. I picked up those rubber boots, those Hunter brand boots. I think some of those are valuable, but I haven't found the ones that are. Those I thought they might be interesting because they were blue, but I decided not even to bother looking them up. So they have a weird little corner over here for books and DVDs and stuff. So I'm heading over that way. This lady is here. There's another lady with a little kid, so I don't want to spend too much time here with the camera. I was looking there in the kids' books to find if I could find that first book in the series of Unfortunate Events series. I'm trying to get that. I have, I think I have 2 through 11 or something like that, and then I found 12 and 13 on this shopping trip. I thought I had them all, but then when I saw this 12 and 13, I was like, maybe I don't have these. So I bought the two more books in the series, and then I'm just looking for book number 1 right now so I can start reading those. And I probably never even get around to it. But okay, in these records here, they have a lot of laser discs, and there's like some possibility that laser discs are valuable, but there's just too many things to look through. Like I can't look through all these records trying to find, I don't know, 20 laser discs and then search all those laser discs to find out if they're worth money or not. So I look up a couple and then I just quickly move on here. I think there is some kind of a weird market for special laser discs, but I don't know which ones. All right, I think this is about the end of the Goodwill. Here, let's look at these plastic bags by the checkout. And then they have a section here where they usually put like the stuff they consider high end, and there's nothing special there. There's another one of those gooseneck lamps. I thought about buying that one. Okay, now we moved on. This is a store. I checked out there at the Goodwill, just bought those Build-A-Bag stuff, and now I moved over. So this is all in Arlington Heights, Illinois, little suburbs. I don't know if you consider it a suburb of Chicago, but I would say it's a suburb. It's about 25 or 30 minutes from me to get to these stores. And there's like a whole string of stores in one stretch of road. So there's the Wings that we just went to, the Goodwill. This store is called Lucille, and this one I've never been into at all. I thought it was just like a women's clothing store, but I saw some information that said it was just a standard resale shop. So that's like a pantograph for copying. I don't know. I can't explain what a pantograph is, but I looked it up. I think they sell for like $9 or $10 or $12, and they had $8 on that one. So this is a sign of things to come in this store. Everything was like even way more overpriced than that Wings that I was just at. Here's a pair of scissors. Maybe these vintage scissors are worth something. Cardinal brand, I think it says. I never heard of that brand, but I know some vintage scissors are pretty valuable, so I'm checking them out. They're not worth buying. I think, again, they might have like $6 on those scissors. So this store, I'm not sure what the deal is with this store, but they are pricing things up. The whole time I was in there, I could hear the 2 employees up by the cash register complaining about another customer. So that wasn't the most appealing thing either. Somebody said they said somebody called and wanted to know if there was a price on a rug. They had been there the day before and they were interested in this rug, but nobody had priced it yet. And this store has a policy, like if it doesn't have a price tag on it, they will not sell it. So they only allow only the manager is allowed to put prices on things. This section has a sign on it that says pre-eBay. So I'm guessing they have an eBay shop, and this is the stuff they think is worth selling on eBay, but they're going to give you a chance to buy it first. So that little teddy bear I was looking at, I think had a $20 price tag on it, and it just said old teddy bear. So they don't even know what it is, if it's worth anything or not. They've just decided it's worth $20. Here's DVDs. There's another one of these handheld video games. This one is Deal or No Deal. No good. No deal on this one. Not buying it. Put it back. So quickly look at some DVDs here, but I usually just scan the shelves. I'm looking for the Criterion Collection logo, basically, or stuff that looks like it's sealed, like TV sets that are sealed, and maybe those are worth something. I see this Gone with the Wind VHS set almost everywhere I go, and it's never, it calls out to me like, oh, maybe this is something. Look how fancy it is, but no, it's nothing. Some Blu-rays there. I almost never see Blu-rays at a thrift store these days. I was just thinking about that earlier. That's a board game right there. Scrabble crossword cubes. If it's sealed, I would have bought it, but it's not sealed. I don't know what the price on it was. Maybe $4. That's probably a reasonable price for that, but left it behind. That's another store I don't buy anything. So far I've been done pretty badly. I just got those Build-A-Bear clothes, and they might not even be worth anything. All right, what's coming up next? Lamps. I'm waiting for these people to move. Here's some KitchenAid Food processors, those could be good, especially for parting them out, but they've got $50 on each of those. So I think they probably sell complete on eBay for like 40. That's my guess. I didn't even look them up, but no, too expensive. $50. If I'm gonna part them out, I need them to be less than $10 probably. So I mean, I don't have a grudge against this place. They can sell stuff or whatever they want, but that doesn't mean I'm going to buy anything. Okay, so more appliances. There's another Cuisinart. That one, well, the other ones were KitchenAid. This is a Cuisinart ice cream maker. They have $40 on it. Sells for about $40. Exactly the price that it sells for on eBay. So we're gonna skip that too. I'm not sure. What am I looking up here? Either the induction top. Yeah, I think I'm onto the induction cooktop. Got a glare right on the screen of my phone, so I can't tell what I'm actually doing. My first order of business, yeah, that's the cooktop. My first order of business is to look at the how many are currently listed of a similar item, and then how many have sold in the last 3 months. And then if those numbers are, if one is way more than the other, that tells you, either it's a really good buy or a really bad buy. So in this case, I don't know what those numbers were, but let's say there were 10 induction cooktops currently listed and there were 100 sold. That would tell me I need to buy this right now. There's a bunch of people who want it. It looks like there may be a symbol back there behind that Cuisinart box. A small symbol. I don't know what it could have been. Okay, looks like I went back the other way. Here's some utensils. I'm not going to dig into those too much. That's a candy thermometer. I think they had $3.50 on it. So, I mean, this store is, their prices are way over the top. Here's all the white dishes. This is where I'm hoping to find some of those crate and barrel type things. But so far, no, they don't even have labels on them. That one looked like Mainstays. I think that's a Target brand or a Walmart brand. So nothing here, nothing. Not too excited about any of this stuff. I'm always looking at this pineapple stuff. I'm gonna call it out every time I see anything that has a pineapple on it. I'm gonna call it out because of my dog. We took him this morning to get his nails trimmed and ground down. He has these really long nails, and the quick goes all the way out to the end, and so you're supposed to regularly just grind down as close to the quick as possible, and then that tells the nail to push the quick back a little bit. So that's what we're trying to do. It's gotten to the point now where when he's trying to go down the back stairs, he can't get any traction because his nails are too long. So he gets like two or three. There's like 5 stairs. He gets down the first 2 or 3, and then he kind of just jumps or falls down the last 2. So we're going to try to get these nails taken care of, but it's going to take months, if not years, to get them pushed back. Anyway, we're still looking here. There's some steins there, beer steins. I never think those are really worth too much, so I left that behind. Now I'm thinking about an exit plan. Like, how am I going to get out of this store? That's basically what's going on right now. So heading right for the door, and then we're out. Now we're into the Salvation Army. I don't know if I went past the sign before I started recording, but there's a sign there that tells you what colors are on sale. So I think today was blue and gold, blue and yellow. So run past these shoes, see if anything looks interesting. There's some rip-off Chuck Taylors there. They're obviously very fake. Let's find another pair of those later. Some of these ladies' boots, I never really mess around too much with women's boots or women's clothing really, so I don't know anything about it. So off to the next section, which is media. So here's CDs. I don't know what to look for CDs. That was a Apple iWork disc. I don't know how old that could be. I think it was 10 cents, which is pretty crazy. DVDs, there's a bunch there that say on the third row from the bottom that says 7-day loan. So those are all from a rental store. I don't know where they came from. I think somebody did a huge donation of books here, because there are like, I've been to this store a lot and I have never seen this many Polish language and other language books. So I think they probably got a huge drop off of Polish language books recently. That's like McCall's sewing pattern book. I think it's like history of sewing patterns or something. So it looked interesting enough for me to check it out, but I'm not gonna buy it. So far, what have we bought? Just Build-A-Bear outfits? I think that's it. It's been a long, long day to not really get anything yet. But I do get some stuff here at the Salvation Army, and I'm not sure if it's all great stuff, but hopefully it is. We'll do some research. I did buy some Bibles here that I think I probably overpaid for, but I pick up those Bibles anytime I can. It seems like, especially older ones, or if they say study Bible on them, I think those are usually better. And they could be, some of those Bibles can be 75, 80, $100. Most of them I think are around like 20 to 25. So that almost that whole row there is foreign language books, like Polish books. I think they're mostly Polish. I think there could have been some Ukrainian and maybe even some Russian books there. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm Googling something, or rather I'm researching something, but I don't know what. Okay, that's a Thomas Keller cookbook. It's right on the bottom there. It's called Ad Hoc Cooking. It's not worth buying. Diana Gabaldon, this is the Outlander author. I have done pretty well on a couple of her books, like first editions, but that was not a first edition, so I put it back. I think they had $5.99 on it, which is pretty high for a book. I think that was a game, a little small board game or card game. Here we go. I'm gonna find something. These are, I can't remember exactly what these are, but it's spirit animals. What's her name? Maggie something. She writes like young adult books and adult fantasy books. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding exactly what I'm looking for here while I'm searching for it, but there's a big stack of these. I think there's like 11 or 12 of them, and they were 95 cents or 94 cents stickers, but they're blue stickers, so they're either 25% off or 50% off. I can't remember which. But yeah, I grabbed this whole stack. And then I'm spending a little time here just trying to see if there's any more of these books. Like if I can get these 11 or 12, maybe I can find 15 or 20 if I keep looking, but I don't find any more of those. There's another set of books there that looks like they're all in the same series, but they were I think they were Japanese language or something. I can't remember, but they were not. I didn't decide to even look them up. I do have a bunch of foreign language books in my shop, and they don't sell that quickly, so I don't get real excited to find books that are not in English. Unless maybe it's like Lord of the Rings books. Those always do pretty well, no matter what language they're in. That guy right there, I think, there's a guy over there looking at the new inventory carts, and he has a Bible in his hand, and I could see it says Study Bible, and I'm like thinking like, oh, I hope he sets that down so that I can snatch it up. Then he walked away, and I saw him walk away without the book, but I thought he walked through the shelves. So I'm going to go back around looking for that Bible in a minute, and then it turns out it was right where he was standing after all. Oh, here we go. I got the last two books in this series of Unfortunate Events series. So one day I'll read those books. Here's some Bibles. The Living Bible. This one's probably not worth much. Holy Bible. That's probably a large print one. So maybe that has a little bit extra value because of the large print edition, but I don't think either one of those is probably going to be worth too much. And I think they're like $3.49 each, so a little bit higher than I would like to pay. So right now I'm looking for the Bible he was carrying, which said Study Bible on it, and I'm just kind of looking wherever I think like what would be the most obvious place to just drop something if you were walking by and decided not to buy it, but I can't find it, so I'm gonna go back and look at these carts. So yeah, here I am just like scanning quickly trying to find that Bible. And then here's the new inventory carts. I'm checking, did he leave it right here? And I just didn't see him. What's that? Oh, that was a little screwdriver set. I thought it was kind of cool. I almost bought it, but I left it behind. And here I'm scanning something, a book. I think it is a religious book, but it's not worth buying. There we go. Study Bible, that's the one he was carrying. He set it down right there, and I just didn't notice him put it down, so I grabbed that. I'm going to guess that one's going to be like $45, but I didn't look any of those Bibles up. I don't know. I think the other two are going to be like 15, and then that one's going to be 40 or 45. What else? Now I'm moving on to the shelves here. This looks like, I don't know what you call that, tchotchkes. I'm not going to find anything good here. I really don't spend a lot of time looking at little statues or statuettes or any of that kind of stuff. I never find anything worth buying. That's a nice Gibson set. They had those, each one of those priced individually, so it would have cost a fortune to buy that whole set, but they looked pretty nice. Mug in a box, brand new, not gonna buy it. Sometimes I'll go down this whole electronics aisle, and sometimes I'll just look at the little section. Like when I get to each end cap, I'll look at a section of electronics on the back wall. Today, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm looking. I don't see anything that's getting me excited. And I'm not spending too much time. I'm trying to get in and out of these stores today. I don't want to be here for... I mean, I could easily spend an hour and a half to 2 hours in every one of these stores, but I don't have that kind of a time on this day. All right, where are we now? Electronics here, I'm looking. There's a DVD VCR combo. I think it was a Sony brand, and it's probably worth buying, but I decided to leave it. I don't want to mess around with stuff that's might be broken. I don't want to spend the time fully testing these things and then find out that it's only worth $10. Excuse me. I'm talking too much. Getting my voice crackly. Okay, that was a Revereware at the top for a steamer, just without the bottom pot. I'm not even going to consider it. UPS, little cast iron UPS truck. They had like $9 on that, $7.99 or $8.99. I didn't know any way to really even search for it, so left it. It could be valuable. I don't know. A couple more Reverewares. That's exactly the same thing I was just looking at. Only the bottom. That pot could have been the bottom of the steamer I was just looking at a second ago. But I think it's really the ones with the copper bottoms that are worth buying, selling. This thing looks interesting, but it turns out to be some Hobby Lobby sticker on the bottom. I thought it might be like an older Hall pottery or something like that. I don't know. Left it behind. I don't know what that is. One of those dumb speakers. Those used to be all the rage. See those all the time. What else have we got here? Oh, that's a cool little clock. I kind of like it, but left it. It's cheap, plastic, modern clock. See anything there? I don't see anything. I'm moving on. Baskets, metal racks. I'm not looking at any of this stuff. Some people blocking the aisle. I used to be so patient with people, and now I just push my way through. And it's like, I don't know what happened. It seems like in the last 6 years, people have just become crazy about, having no regard for other people in the grocery store, in the thrift store, whatever, just blocking the whole aisle. So I don't wait any time. Here's some kind of a motorcycle or a scooter seat. It doesn't have any kind of markings on it. It doesn't have numbers or anything, so there's no way I would be able to figure out what motorcycle that goes to. But that could have been valuable. I don't know. Left it behind. I just sold one of those. Check Rider or whatever it is. Here's waffle iron. Older one. I think they have $4 on it. I think it's worth about $35 or $40. I'm going to look it up and find out for sure. This is the kind where you can make waffles and then you can open it up and flip the plates. Like the waffle plates, turn them upside down, and it's just like a flat griddle, so you could cook eggs and bacon on it or whatever. Looks pretty nice. Take that one. $35, maybe 40. Maybe more. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Here's a guy with a helper dog. I think it's a dog in training. I think I'm looking up this Coleman. It's like a Coleman lantern that has a TV built into it. So look that up. No good. No sales on that. I just had a really good Coleman lantern sale, but it was like an old-timey propane lantern, not a electric one like this. I guess that was really more like a flashlight. It's got a flashlight and a TV built into it. Crazy. What do we got here? Nothing good. Back down here, nothing good. This aisle the other side of the aisle is where they have a lot of stuff that where they get donated in bulk. So they'll have like 2,000 light bulbs or whatever. So there's never anything good there. Board games. Let's see. There's a Isaac Asimov one that looked interesting. I looked it up, but it didn't have any resale value, so left it behind. See, there's all those light bulbs. Oh, some more baseball bats again. I don't know how to look it up, so I'm just leaving it. I don't want to spend the time on it. Questionable. There we go. Isaac Asimov Super Trivia. Looks like it probably came out after Trivial Pursuit. There was a ton of those trivia games that came out after that. Was it here? No, one store we're coming up to, there's like a huge stack of Trivial Pursuit games, maybe like 6 to 10 of them. So those things are a dime a dozen. So I thought maybe the Isaac Asimov name would be something, but no. Habitat for Humanity store. I usually run through the furniture just to see if there's anything that I could use. This store is really big, and most of it, I very rarely buy stuff here because it's all like construction equipment or building supplies, stuff I don't need. I think I'm gonna buy a saw here and something else. We'll see in a little bit. So I'm just checking out furniture. Anything cool? Any kind of shelving units that I could make use of? That's like a little bar, kind of cool, flip top bar. Another bar, I think, with a drawer that pulls out in front instead of flipping over. So, okay, now let's go back to the light bulbs and the light fixtures, rather. See if there's anything there. Look at this huge chandelier. It's probably, you can't really tell on this picture. I think it's probably 6 feet around, 6 feet across in circumference. Is that diameter? So they have tons and tons of little electrical components along that wall. Most of it is new in the box, and I guess if I needed that stuff, this would be a place to look for it. But for resale value, no. This aisle usually has small light fixtures like sconces and stuff, and I found a few good things here. I came to this store with my brother, and he got a pretty good looking antique sconce of some kind. I got one here I sold already. I like these shades. They look pretty vintage, but without any kind of markings to tell me a manufacturer, I wouldn't know how to search those. Even those kind of fixtures could be valuable, I think. This one looks nice, but then I think it had like a QR code in the back, so I knew it was pretty modern. Probably not worth much, maybe $10. That's a cool one. Brass with this glass tube that goes down in it, and it had this really long light bulb. I think they had $50 on that, so I wasn't going to buy that. I don't know what it's worth. Maybe it's worth 300. Maybe I should have bought it. I probably should have done a little bit more research on it anyway, but moved right along. I don't like being in this store too long. Like I say, mostly it's just construction stuff that I don't need. This whole back wall is all doors. I don't need any doors. Just trying to move on to the next area where there might be something I could buy. Look at all those doors. Still running? Yeah, we're doing good. Okay, coming around here, this is like a lot of flooring. Stuff I'm not going to be interested in. These racks, I don't know what they're for. It's like, I think they were pretty cheap. Maybe they were like $15 a piece. And I was thinking, can I use those as shelving units? And then decided I couldn't use them. It wasn't PVC, but PVC style, like pieces, round poles put together to make shelves. That's all flooring there, tile and wood floor. On the left, I've got a big stack of garbage cans. I was trying to think, do I need a garbage can for only $2.99 or whatever? Let's get this axe out of the aisle, just laying down in the aisle. Chemicals and stuff, I don't know what to do with any of that. It's not for me. There's some spray paint around the corner. Last time I was here, I was looking to see if it was valuable, and I couldn't find any kind of spray paint on eBay at all, so I have a suspicion it's not allowed to be sold on there. But I'm not sure about that. I didn't dig into it, but that's my guess. This is the section where I typically would find stuff that I might actually buy. That's like smaller tools and hand tools and small things. What is that? It's like a bag for a Toro leaf vacuum, checking to see if that has any value. I think they're asking like $15 for it, and I think that's about what it's worth on eBay. So, gonna pass that up. Maybe there's a couple of little shop vacs. I didn't even notice those. Do I need one? I guess not. I might spend a little bit more time here if I hadn't had the camera on, but I was still feeling pretty anxious about it. So, just moving on quickly. I have so many like vintage Craftsman wrenches and sockets that I haven't sold, so I'm not getting too excited about adding more to that part of my inventory. Hand tools right there. It's too dark to even see them, so I just moved on to the next section. I do need a little file. I got a guitar, and the frets stick out so much that it's like cutting up your hand when you slide up and down. So I need to get a small file and take care of that. Fix that guitar up a little bit. So hand tools and like small electric tools. Here's some hand saws. I'm not sure about these. Like last time I was there with my brother, he was looking up all these saws, and they have them super cheap, like $1 or $2 a piece. And some of them seem to be selling pretty well. And I have a suspicion it has something to do with some of them have like an etching on the blade with the brand name and stuff. And I think maybe those are the ones to look for if they have like a pretty fancy etching that looks like it's in good condition, very easily readable. I think that could be the selling point. It's hard to know. Like that one just says Rancher. It looks pretty modern, so I'll put it back. But I did find one. I didn't even look it up. After we were there last time, every one that we looked up was selling for like $60 to $100. So my brother grabbed, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them maybe. And then this is the first time I've been there since I went with him. So I got this one for $1. Maybe it's worth 60. I don't know. We'll find out. I was surprised to see that whole rack right there seemed to be exactly the same as the last time I was there, which was probably 3 months ago. So none of that stuff is selling. These shelves feel like there's going to be good stuff, and there never is. Here's a tripod, has no, has the little attachment that hooks to the camera is missing, very common. There's a big sauce pot or a cooking pot. I guess like a stew pot. I don't remember. Did I look it up? Oh yeah, here we go. I looked this up. Not worth anything. Brass mail slot. I think they have $5 for it, and I think that's about what it sells for. So a lot of these stores seem to have the exact prices. Who's this? Got a text here. Somebody offering me some Noritake platters if I want to sell them, but they look too normal. Don't look too valuable. So thank you, but no thanks. I'm gonna buy this drawer. I'm not sure why, but I'm buying it. It's like a file cabinet. If you could find these with like 4 or 6 drawers built in, they have some value, not extreme value. So you might want to decide if it's worth shipping something like that. But this single drawer one, they have 2 of them. One's real rusty and the other one's not. So I put the rusty one back. I'm going to buy this other one. I might just end up using it for myself. It was $5. I think I could probably sell it for like 35 to 40, but I might not want to because of just having to ship that thing. I might come up with a use for it. So that other one has no brand name on it, but it has a AAA sticker on it. It's kind of cool. Put it back. Don't buy it. So I think I'm basically done here. Plastic plates. This little section is kind of a catch-all. That's something that says I can't remember what it said on it, but I thought it was a shower head, but it turned out to be something else, like a weird coaster or something. Paint supplies, not going to get any of that. What do we got here? Just like construction materials, more of the stuff that, if you know what you're looking at, you might be able to find something worth buying here, but I can't find anything. And I don't want to be here all day, so I'm just kind of running out the clock here. Okay, these boots, what was the brand on them? I don't remember the brand. Maybe you can see it as I type it in. They were red, like overshoes for, wearing in the rain or whatever. And some of those are pretty valuable. This particular model didn't seem to be worth much. I think they were worth about $50, and they had a $27 price tag on it. So I'm not going to get them for that price. But some of those are selling for like 120, 140. I think some of them have steel toes, and that's probably the ones that are more valuable. That's my guess. What else? Nothing here. Keep moving. Sometimes I see the same stuff. There was like a little door closer there, like a brass fixture for pulling a door closed behind you, like you would see in an office building or something. And I was just started to look it up, and I was like, I looked this up last time I was here, and it wasn't worth buying, so put it back. But I do that all the time. Like I'll be in the middle of looking something up at the Goodwill and realize, hey, wait, I looked this up before, last time I was here. All right, I'm going over here to the counter area. They usually have like CDs and cassette tapes here for some reason, and I have bought some cassettes there that were worth selling, but mostly not. It looks like there's some jigsaw puzzles, and then all along this wall's artwork. Just check in, see if there's anything cool that I would want to hang on my wall, but no, it's all junk. All right, keep moving. Am I going to check out now? Not quite yet. We're going to go around here. They've got this whole section blocked off. Why? For Christmas trees, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Why they would block everything. Oh yeah, this aisle has appliances, stoves, and refrigerators and stuff. There's like a hair dryer you would put in your beauty shop if you were giving people perms in the 1970s or whatever, 60s. That's a cool stand-up lamp arm, but it has no lamp on it, so leave that alone. Little shelving unit, you would display your rock collection in there or something. So we're back where we were before, so now we just got to get out of here. Keep moving, keep moving. Trying to decide if I want to go back down these aisles again. Looks like I do. Just make one more pass past this stuff on the left, just to see if there's anything that jumps out as a potential purchase, but nope. Okay, we cut that off, and now we're at the that should have been the end of the day, but on my way home I stopped at another Goodwill. So those are the five stores that I said we were going to visit at the beginning of this video, and now we just hit a bonus sixth store. And I do get some stuff here. This one is in Des Plaines. Hobby Lobby junk there, dinosaur. I'm looking at art, anything that I want to hang up, but I don't think so. More art. Don't even flip through it. Just keep moving. Anything interesting? Here's a rear view mirror. The box set is like aftermarket, so I think probably OEM rear view mirror would probably be worth buying, but that one probably not. I don't even know what kind of car it goes to. I don't know. I'm looking at these just to see if there's like, any names that jump out at me as quality little sculptures. Then there's like Liberty, what's it called? Liberty Harbor or something like that. I got a ton of these Liberty Town houses that I'm still trying to sell. I've been sitting on them for years, so not going to add any more to that collection. Anything here? Pots and pans. This is clocks. This is not pots and pans yet. Oh, there's my name on somebody handmade that probably in their woodshop class. It's in high school in the 70s. Said Chris on it. I thought about buying that, hanging it in the kitchen around my shipping bench. Cookie jar type stuff. Sorry about this cough. Talking too much. Getting all dried out. I should have a drink with me today, but I don't. And we're at the tail end here. We're running to the bottom of the. We're running at the. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're trying to get to the end of this thing here, and I'm gonna go through this store pretty quickly. Here's a Panasonic vintage cassette recorder. There's no way that thing works. Put it back. Here we go. Plain white dishes. Let's look at some of these. Nope, nothing good. Nothing, nothing, nothing. They stack too many dishes on these poor shelves. If you want to see what's in the back row, you got to take everything out and pull it all down. So it's got to be something really exciting that jumps out at me. Here we go. I'm looking at these bowls. Can they be Crate and Barrel? No. They say made in China. No brand names on them at all. I do find one Crate and Barrel small bowl here, and it's probably a good one, but it has like 3 chips on it, so I'll leave it behind. See when that comes up. What am I looking for right now? Some brand I must have just seen. I don't remember. So this is what I'm talking about. Those stickers are so intense. There's no way you can peel them up to see the maker's marks underneath. I don't know why they would do that. Like the only information that you need about this bowl is the maker, and then they put a sticker right over it, and it's a sticker that you cannot remove. Usually I just like carefully peel them up and stick them back down again, but these new stickers, they're not that new. They've had them here at this district, this Goodwill district. There's a Crate and Barrel bowl. Looks cool. I like the shape of it, but can feel the chips. Run my finger around the rim and there's multiple chips there. Probably not a good idea. I could cut myself, but just put it back. Trying to read what it says, even though there's a sticker partially marking it, and then I see they have $3 on it, so I'm like, I'm not going to buy this anyway. $3 for a single plate is too expensive. Mugs, we're not going to look at these too much. Those look like they were hand painted, but I don't think there's any value in those. They could have been Mikasa. So just keep moving, keep moving. This has got not the most. This was not the most exciting day for me shopping. Probably not the most exciting video either. But we're gonna just do these every once in a while. Whether I buy something or not, this is the reality of it. Some days you go out and you can't find anything. All right, here's a brand new Corel set. I thought surely there's something here, but no, they're not worth anything. It's called Sculptured Corel, and I think the pattern name on it was Enhancements. So I searched that and I don't get any results. And then I searched for, fewer words. I think I took out the word enhancements and I found one box exactly the same as that, brand new, still sealed, and no, not worth buying. They probably had $12 on it, and I think it probably sold for like 15. So spend a little time searching these and then put it right back. Next section. Nothing, 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 nothing. Those kind of bowls, you can find a bowl that has that big thick rim on it. That's a brand name that somebody might buy, but not those. Aaron Probin, I think those are Target brands. They look like that with the big thick rim there, the heavy duty plates. Heavy duty bowls. I'm looking at that pink mug right now, I think. Look kind of cool. Like the shape of it is a little bit modern, but no good. So next section, pots and pans. Those people are blocking the way. I'm not too excited about looking at it anyway, so just keep moving. That looks like all Easter stuff, which is strange. It's November. Glass, just glass vases and stuff. I'm not interested. Fake flowers, not interested. Here's a walkie-talkie. I'm gonna buy that. I think it's like $4. I think that could be up to like 40 or 50. Single walkie-talkie, realistic. That's like Radio Shack brand probably from the 70s or 80s. If you got 2 of them, of course you can get more. I just got the one, and I don't know. I'll test it to the best of my ability, and if it works, if it turns on and everything, try to get $50 for it. I think. That's what I remember anyway. You see how quickly I looked at that. I didn't get too in depth. I've sold the walkie-talkies before, so I know people want them. I don't know why. They probably buy them for trucking company or something. That thing's interesting. It's like it must have been a little promotional item. You're supposed to point your camera inside of it. It's like a tube with a hole on one end. Looks like a kaleidoscope. On the other end, there's a picture. If you just look in it with your eye, you can't see anything because obviously it's dark in there. And the idea, I think, was supposed to be to point your camera lens in there to see how well the low light vision on the camera works. That's a RCA cassette player. Maybe it's worth buying. I don't know. I put it back. I don't want it. I don't want to be messing around with broken um, electronics. So I put it back. Put everything back. Keep moving. Sporting goods, golf clubs. I mean, those stores are inundated with golf clubs. How many golf clubs do you see there? Probably 100. There's no way I can look up every single one of those to see which one is worth buying. So I just look for a few brands and then do some research. I didn't see any of those brands there, so I moved on. Like Callaway would be a good brand. Ping. This is a snare stand. I think a Pearl brand. And I'm contemplating whether I want to buy this. Like it seems like it could go for $35 or $45. So I'm trying to find an exact comp for it. But I found a few that are pretty valuable, like older 60s snare stands that are a little nicer than this one that sell for, that one's probably like 110 or something like that. I think this one in my hand I'd get 35 or 44, and it's kind of awkward shape. A little bit difficult to ship, so I'm thinking, do I really want to buy this? And then I do buy it after all. I've got a drum set here in the other room. I used to be playing drums all the time. I barely ever touch them anymore, but I'm still, emotionally connected. I see a drum stand like that, and I'm probably going to want to be interested in it. So I'm going to buy it, even though it's probably not a good decision. Here we go, small appliances. I'm looking for brand names that I can part out if they don't work, but I don't see anything. That looks like a camcorder bag that's totally empty. So nothing interesting there. I hear keyboards can be good if you find the right ones, but again, there's so many of them. How much time can you spend looking at keyboards to find the one out of 100 that's worth selling? All right, what do we have here? I've got a wooden box with a lock on it that I gotta open that. Maybe there's something cool in there, but it's empty. I think it's like a file box. The lock has a name on it, but the box doesn't. And I don't know if like somebody built that box and then bought a lock and put on, so it wouldn't be like looking up the name of the lock isn't really going to necessarily find me the box. But I did find some boxes that have that name on it, and some of them sell for pretty good. I think there's one there for like $70 or $80 that looks kind of similar but bigger. And in the end, this one didn't have a price tag on it. It has like a leatherette coating on it that had some tears in it, so I decided to leave it behind. But it's taken me a little while to decide. So there I am done, I guess. Moving on to the next thing. Another handsaw. That one's just a generic modern saw. I don't know what that thing is. Some kind of a tool, like a little press of some kind. Probably could have Google searched it to find out, Google image search, but it's not worth it. I love these things, like these old slide viewers, like a little electric slide viewer. It has a light bulb inside and it has a little tray. You stack all your slides up, and then you put each one in at a time to view them to see if they're, I guess, just to decide if they're any good. And I kind of wanted to buy it just because I think it's cool, but it's $5. Looks like they sell for about $5. So this is the story of the day. Like everything being sold in the stores is exactly the value that it's worth on eBay. So I'm not going to buy that. I would never buy that for $5. That box is too big to mess around with for something that's only going to... I mean, I'm not going to sell anything for $5 anymore unless it's super, super easy. What do we got here? All right, what happened? Camera's still going. All right, we're fine. Can't see anything too good here. Some irons. Some more small appliances. Looks like coffee makers. We're going to keep moving. There we go. Clairol. I gave up on these for a little while, but then I found one in my death pile recently, sold it really quickly, so I'm kind of back on the bandwagon for hot roller sets. That one I think was $2.99, and I'm sure it's worth $27, $30. I didn't even look it up because I just recently sold one exactly like it for that kind of money. Okay, what else? There's a lot of roller sets there, but they don't look too promising. Empty box. I don't like a box that's not open. I want to open it and see if there's anything good in there. It's usually, I'll see a box I want to open, and it's usually a typewriter or a sewing machine, but sometimes you find something cool that you never would have expected. Those are Kate Spade. That's a Kate Spade glasses case. I don't know if that has any value or not, but it had a big chip out of it, so I left it behind. I thought about looking this brush up, but then I thought this box feels chintzy. But brand new horsehair brush in the box, maybe that was worth something. But left it behind because the box gave me the impression that it was going to be a cheap item. All right, just about done. We're going to go down here and look at some toys. Got the toy section down here. Board games. This I do get some stuff here. Let's look this one up. This looks like a Kickstarter type of a game. Maybe it's worth something. But I like things with barcodes. They're easy to search. But it's not worth anything. Put it back. Up here, some Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. I pulled down and I set it down, decide not to buy it, and then I come back and pick it up again later. So I don't know exactly what that is. The box has no markings on the outside except it says Wizards of the Coast. And then you open it up and it has all of the little cardboard pieces for... Let's take a break. The camera's about to overheat. Okay, we're back. I don't really know what's going on with this camera. It's a DJI action cam, so I guess it's really meant to be used outdoors, riding on a bike or in a, I don't know, surfboard or something like that. So it does overheat quite a lot. It's probably not also meant to be running for an hour and a half nonstop. Okay, here's something. Kenner girder and panel. I think it's sort of like a erector set. Seems like it might be okay. I think it's probably worth $50 or 40 if the pieces are all in there. If not, pieces will be able to sell individually, I think. We'll see. All right, what's coming up next? Nothing. Here's some teddy bears. I don't know if they're worth anything. I looked up the brand name and it's like, I can't remember. It's like PJ and Associates or something like that. And there's 4 or 5 bears in this Ziploc bag, or this plastic bag for $2.99. I looked up a couple, some of them individual bears selling for like $15 or whatever. That's not a great sell-through rate on these, like, 1,000 listed, 50 sold, something like that. But I figured if I could do a lot of these together, if they're not worth anything individually, I'll sell all of them for $25, $30. If I'm only paying $2.99 for the whole bag, then I should do okay. I don't know. Kind of a gamble, I guess. But maybe a bad one, but sometimes you really got to check yourself if you're out and you're not finding anything worth buying. You got to make sure that you don't just buy stuff because you're feeling pressured, like I got to get something good today. So I'm finding very, very little today. I went back for these Dungeons and Dragons things, tried to do a Google image search and I didn't come up with anything. Obviously it's just a box with some squares on it. Google image search isn't so great for that kind of thing. But I did figure out for sure Dungeons and Dragons. It has Wizards of the Coast printed on the side of the box. And we'll see. I don't know. This is another gamble. I think it's $2.99, so another little bit of a gamble. We'll see if it makes any money or not. And then I wanted to go down this aisle, but this lady is sorting through her dishes right there, blocking the entire aisle. So I don't know what she's doing, why she's doing it. People do this kind of stuff at the thrift store where they'll take everything that they think they might want to buy, put it in their cart, and then go somewhere and start sorting through it then. Not my favorite way of shopping, but that's what people do. All right, I think we're at about the end here. I'm going to look at these plastic bags really quickly along this this side just to see if there's anything, and then it's time to check out and get out of here. And I think we're just about at the end. So thanks for watching. Not the most exciting video. I mean, I did not find anything too great. So we'll do it again. Try to keep it a little shorter next time. I think maybe only one store. But today we got through 6 stores, and it was kind of fun. Still anxious. Look at that little Native American doll. Looked pretty old, but it had no eyes. The eyes were broken out. All right, that's the end. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye.